Tell you what I do not support. What I do not support is that at a time when nearly 14% of Americans do not have a full-time job, at a time when youth unemployment is somewhere around 16%, and kids from California to Maine are desperately seeking employment, I do not support a huge expansion in the guest worker program that will allow hundreds of thousands of entry-level guest workers to come into this country. To anyone who has read the bill, this legislation, this immigration reform legislation, increases youth unemployment by bringing into this country, through the J-1 program and the H-2B program, hundreds of thousands of low-skill, entry-level workers who are taking the jobs that young Americans need. At a time when youth unemployment in this country is over 16% and the teen unemployment rate is over 25%, many of the jobs that used to be done by young Americans are now being performed by foreign college students through the J-1 summer work travel program. Other entry-level foreign workers come into this country through the H-2B guest worker program. We have heard, Madam President, a lot of discussion about high-tech workers and how they can create jobs and all that. That is an issue for another discussion. Right now, what we are talking about is hundreds of thousands of foreign workers coming into this country, not to do great scientific work, not as great entrepreneurs to start businesses, not as Ph.D. engineers, but as waiters and waitresses, kitchen help, lifeguards, front desk workers at hotels and resorts, ski instructors, cooks, chefs, chambermaids, landscapers, parking lot attendants, cashiers, security guards, and many other entry-level jobs. Does it really make sense to anyone when so many of our kids are desperately looking for a way to earn an honest living that we say to those kids, sorry, you've got to get to the back of the line because we're bringing in hundreds of thousands of foreign workers to do the jobs that you can do tomorrow. Madam President, the J-1 program for foreign college students is supposed to be used as a cultural exchange program, a program to bring young people into this country to learn about our customs and to support international cooperation and understanding. That is why it is administered by the State Department. And I would say to Senator Grassley, I will finish in a few moments and give the floor to you. But instead of doing that, this program has morphed, this J-1 program has morphed into a low-wage jobs program to allow corporations like McDonald's, Dunkin' Donuts, Disney World, Hershey's, many other major resorts around the country to replace young American workers with cheaper labor from overseas. Madam President, each and every year, companies from all over this country are hiring more than 100,000 foreign college students in low-wage jobs through the J-1 summer work travel program. Unlike other guest worker programs, the J-1 program does not even require businesses to recruit or advertise for American workers. What they can do is pay minimum wage. They don't have to advertise for American workers, and guess what? For the foreign workers, they do not have to pay Social Security tax, they don't have to pay Medicare tax, they don't have to pay unemployment tax. So essentially, we are creating a situation where it is absolutely advantageous for an employer to hire a foreign worker rather than an American worker. So, Madam President, what I have done is introduce two pieces of legislation to address this issue. Number one basically says that while I strongly support cultural programs, bring young people here from abroad, great idea, at this moment, with high unemployment, we cannot have those people competing with young Americans for a scarce number of jobs. So we eliminate the employment element of the J-1 program. And the second bill that I've said is that if we can't do that, and I hope we can, at the very least, we need a jobs program for American kids, not just a summer jobs program, but a year-long jobs program. Let us not turn our backs on kids who want to get into the labor market, want to develop a career. They need something in the summertime. They need something year-long. And we have introduced legislation to do just that.